EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. It's opening round coverage of the United States Open Championship. It is one of the most difficult golf courses in the United States, Oakmont Country Club outside Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, who was a part of that dramatic U.S. Open in 1994 at Oakmont, ultimately won by Ernie Els. Frank, when you think of Oakmont, what comes to mind?
The difficulty of the golf course, Rich. I know a lot's changed over the last 20 or so years. A lot of the trees are being removed, but really that wasn't the story of Oakmont. It's the slick greens, how firm and fast they can be. The members there, for example, they marvel at the fact that people think they're fast. They say we putt on these greens every single day and they're certainly no slower. But it's the bunkering as well. There's 210 bunkers here. They're all in play. And it just has that history. When you step on Oakmont, you just know you are walking on not one of the great courses in North America, but one of the great courses in golf.
Frank, you've been there, down to the wire at several U.S. Opens. What's that pressure like?
It's so different from any other type of major championship because that's normally the toughest test. That's where the scores are the highest, i.e. relative to par. That's actually where par itself is a good score. I mean, you're bruised and battled by the end of the week. With the exception, really, remember when Rory McIlroy won at Congressional? That's the one time when a U.S. Open played soft. But Martin Kaymer at Pinehurst on a firm, fast golf course, it's a different test. Tiger Woods at Pebble Beach. You just think of people struggling at the end of the week and really last man standing. That's what a U.S. Open means.
Here we go. On the green, short, but plenty of real estate between the ball and the hole. Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet.
That was cruel. That looked like it was certainly going in.
That's a nice lag putt. Frank, what would you focus on a long putt?
That 3-foot circle. Obviously, you allow yourself a little bit more the further and further away you get, but just expectations, lower them a little bit. There's certain distances, just take two.
That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
It's a nice little hole, Frank. 382 yards, par 4, fifth here at Oakmont.
You can't really hit a driver or a 3-wood down here. You're going to run out of fairway. Plus, there's no real advantage. Hole starts to shrink up here. Just got to play it as a two-shotter. But it's easy just to blaze away with an iron. If you can hit an iron at a U.S. Open off a par 4 tee, you better hit it in the fairway.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Frank going for another birdie here.
Chance to get on a real roll.
Man,
Just pushed it.
boy, that hurts. Clean this up with a tap. Solid par to remain 1 under. Frank, you played the U.S. Open and nearly won it back in 1994 at Oakmont, so you remember this par 3-6, the 194 yards. It's changed a bit since then. How?
It has. They've actually made the green a little bit bigger, and how they managed to do that, they took away a bunker that used to be behind the green a little on the left side. It's not really made the hole any easier, but it still suits like a little bit of a cut. And there's something that starts on those left bunkers and works its way back towards the middle of the green. The reason why that's a better shot is because the slope of the green goes in the opposite direction. So it's one way to keep the ball straighter.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
Really. This is that awkward length.
He'd settle for par here. Locked in on the read and the speed.
That's a good par given the situation.
Still tight, still close. U.S. Open continuing here at the par 4 7th at Oakmont. It's 434 yards.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
It is always easier to play it from the short grass, and that is where he has been all day. Just laser-like off the tee. Hasn't missed a fairway. Setting up for the approach, this player in total command.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The decision-making, club selection's been spot on, but the execution, the swing, is really what I'm admiring right now.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Nice birdie and a nice little move on the leaderboard, getting to 2 under par. U.S. Opens, Frank, as you well know, you've played in so many of them, are supposed to be demanding and tough. This is what a U.S. Open's all about. A par 3 at nearly 300 yards. That's the 8th at Oakmont.
It's not just the length too, but this is a typical Oakmont green, which means it's not easy. There is an option though, if you can't reach this green or at least fly it on, you might get a lucky bounce to kick forward. You'll see a lot of people chipping from around the front edge of this green, and there's no shame in that.
Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Frank, you always talk about it not compounding the error, but here again, another shot from the rough.
Yeah, if you try again.
And he's made the green. suddenly we have a tie for the lead.
Yeah, bogey there. It's not the worst you could make on a hole like that. Rich, in that great opportunity, name on top of the leaderboard. It is only round one.
Good place to be. EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live second round coverage of the U.S. Open Championship.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie.
Well, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
So they'll tap in.
And that par certainly won't hurt the cause.
And still some time. Frank, the seventh here at Oakmont at 434 yards looks like your prototypical U.S. Open hole in that it requires some accuracy off the tee.
It does, and the bunkers are exactly where you would like to hit it, that sort of awkward distance. So if you want to challenge this hole off the tee, you're going to bring the 5 bunkers into play, the 2 on the left and the 3 on the right.
That is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. Terrific golf shot, and now that for an easy birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Ooh, so close. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the cause.
In for par. Here at the 8th at Oakmont, a famous hole, and Frank, it's not often we say of a par 3 that it is a beast, but the 8th at Oakmont is just that.
Yeah, you can imagine a 300-yard par 3 to a flat green. That would be hard enough. But imagine a 300-yard par 3 at a U.S. Open to a green that goes up at the front and then crowns at the top and then slips away at both sides. That's the 8th hole.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Just a couple of feet. Doing what needs to be done. You need to make them from that distance. And now to the ninth, and in case a player has forgotten somehow that he's at a U.S. Open, the ninth will remind him very quickly that this is the national championship. This is demanding.
Oh, I liked that.
Well, that one is deep. Every bit of that ball. This is a testing approach shot, isn't it, Frank, at the ninth?
It is, Rich. The green actually might look big, and the reason why it looks big is actually that's part of the practice putting green, which is on the back of that. And the reason why I know that is because I've actually had to putt in a championship while other people were warming up to go off later on. So big green it might look, it plays small. And it is anything other than flat.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea.
Did the job right there. Take a look now at the 10th hole, Frank. Par 4, 462 yards.
Yeah, this one can play a lot of different distances. And the reason why is if you can sneak a driver to catch the downslope, it can run all the way down. You can have just a wedge in here. If you're not as fortunate and you leave it hanging up on that hill, it plays a good 200 yards for your second. Well, par fours, they're not all the same, Rich, but after that tee shot, I guess you can say this one's going to be easy.
That was a beauty right there. That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday, made a bogey.
Given the situation, Rich, things so tight at the top. Very, very good birdie.
That was huge right there. Still with a great chance to come away with this title.
Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Frank, 379-yard hole. You're thinking, I need to make three or I need to stuff a short iron in there, but you think there's a price to pay if you get too aggressive here.
There is, especially in a U.S. Open. Once the greens are firm and this fast, the penalty for missing your spot becomes that much more severe. It's very evident here at 11. There's just enough undulation, enough slope from back to front that means you've got to be on the number on your second shot.
seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That one inside of 10 feet, really dialed in. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line.
Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament. EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the United States Open Championship.
Oh, if this is up, it's good. I tell you, there's long and long, and that with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up.
Well, that's the best that was going to be on the fringe.
Not too bad. Good scoring opportunity. Third shot here at the par 5. On the green, and a chance for birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Mark that as a birdie on the card. It's a nice little hole, Frank. 382 yards, par 4, 5th here at Oakmont.
You can't really hit a driver or a 3-wood down here. You're going to run out of fairway. Plus, there's no real advantage. Hole starts to shrink up here. Just got to play it as a 2-shotter. But it's easy just to blaze away with an iron. If you can hit an iron at a US Open off a par 4 tee, you better hit it in the fairway.
Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Good swing, good shot yet again. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. And this would be nice, 2 straight birdies. He's made it. Frank, what's the pros' take on the first par 3 here at Oakmont, the 6th, at just under 200 yards?
Oh, it's a real beauty. Very narrow in the front. You can see how it pinches in so close. It starts to widen up, but even to try and carry that bunker on the right side, there's very few players in the world that could hit it that high and manage to stop the ball in that corner. Once again, you're trying to thread it through that avenue at the front of this green. It's a tough par 3.
Don't want to miss it right here.
No.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. And getting ready for the putt. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
U.S. Open continuing here at the par 4 7th at Oakmont. It's 434 yards. But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. Frank, what does this second shot look like at the par 4 7th?
Well, normally on any other golf course, you'd say you've got enough green there to work with. But remember, in a US Open, with the firmness and the speed of these greens, if this ball is slightly offline, it's just going to funnel into one of those 2 bunkers on the right or that one in the back right. This is why you have to respect the middle of this green.
Those greens about as fast as that Pennsylvania Turnpike to the right of the 7th here. Generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Well, that hurts. Just a tap in to finish the hole. He'll take par and move on. U.S. Opens, Frank, as you well know, you've played in so many of them, are supposed to be demanding and tough. This is what a U.S. Open's all about. A par 3 at nearly 300 yards. That's the 8th at Oakmont.
It's not just the length, too, but this is a typical Oakmont green, which means it's not easy. There is an option, though, if you can't reach this green, or at least fly it on, you might get a lucky bounce to kick forward. You'll see a lot of people chipping from around the front edge of this green, and there's no shame in that.
Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. This is a pretty good performance right here. 6 under for the tournament. There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.
EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live final round coverage of the U.S. Open Championship. Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Frank, what's this approach shot look like here at the 10th?
Another one you're trying to gauge what the ball's going to do when it hits the ground. If this hits the ground on the front of this green, then there's a good chance, believe it or not, it might stay on. Now, you think I'm joking, but you hit one there a little low that catches that front right corner. More often than not, it finishes on the back left.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
This is a cross-country special. That's all he wanted to do there.
Yeah, it's touch. And when you think from that distance, chances of making are almost none. So to guarantee a two-putt, well done.
And he makes it for par. Par 4 11th is 379 yards as we continue the backside here at the U.S. Open at Oakmont. Frank, what's the strategy off the tee here?
You're hitting something that goes about 240, 250 yards maximum, hopefully keeping it out of that right rough. And the reason why that right rough is certainly to be avoided is that big gaping bunker at the front of the screen. Green's perched up a little bit, so this is another one where if you can hit an iron or a utility club off the tee, you must find the fairway.
This is a good-looking shot.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Frank, that looked good to me. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
Now at the par 5 12, 667 yards. Frank, you've played golf around the world at the very highest level. I've heard you say you think this is one of the hardest par 5s on the planet. Why?
The slope of the fairway, you don't get a flat lie anywhere along that, and the green slopes away from you. So really there's no easy out. This is the only par 5 I've ever seen where the best players in the world would take a 5.
Good tee shot right in the short grass. Frank, he could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach too. And Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up. That was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Frank, just into that first cut.
Yeah, it's sitting up. Really, this isn't too bad a situation.
On the green in regulation.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Goodness, that is amazing. Just a sensational putt. All right, Frank, at the par 3 13th at 183 yards, what do you see here?
Well, there's a lot of things to consider, but the general slope of this green really makes you either hit to a specific section on the green or just try and keep the ball below the hole. It's always easy to putt uphill on fast greens.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green.
And you can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
That is a solid par putt. The reason Oakmont has hosted so many U.S. Opens, Frank, as you well know, is it has a really good blend of holes, and now we come to a short par 4 at 358 yards, the 14th.
You can see the predicament in front of you, bunkers left and right, but really the bonus here is if you can get the ball on the fairway with just something like a long on off the tee, this is one of your best scoring opportunities at Oakmont. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle nose down.
Can't even see it from here. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
No, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. Really. This is an awkward length.
Just continuing to play some really good golf. 8 under par for the championship.
Here at the 15th, a long par 4 at 499 yards. Frank, what are you looking to do off the tee?
The tee shot here is very similar to the one back at the par 5 where the fairway slopes left to right. And then the second shot's going to be uphill to a green that's actually built in the opposite direction. This is a tough par 4.
That one ends up in the rough.
Oh, that went sideways.
And setting up here in the rough.
I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
How did that not go in?
Well, he's going to beat himself up on the way to the next tee. You don't miss those putts. So just a formality here.
Did the job right there. Yet another demanding hole here at Oakmont. The par 3 16th, 231-yard par 3. Frank calls for a well-struck long iron.
It certainly does. It's going to favor something that's hit a little higher and a little softer. If you could just mentally cut this green in half and just sort of look at the left half of this green, that's really the best way to play this hole. And the reason why is the general contours all move to the right. That ball can still funnel down to the right side of the green.
See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie.
Par yesterday,
now for birdie.
everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Coming down to the wire here at the U.S. Open Championship at fabled Oakmont, and the tension's starting to build. And Frank, this is decision time at this very short 313-yard par 4.
And normally in a U.S. Open, Rich, you'd think the prudent play would be lay it up. But, you know, I kind of like driver here today. I think the worst you're going to do is just miss the green or hit it in one of those pop bunkers. You perhaps could drive it on the green, be putting for eagle. But even out of one of those bunkers, you've got to think you're even money to get it up and down. I like driver here.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Here we are at the 18th at Oakmont. Clubhouse straight ahead. Frank, I distinctly remember the 2007 U.S. Open Championship of the final round, and Angel Cabrera, the big Argentinian, with the pressure bearing down, stepped up and absolutely piped a tee shot right down the throat. And I know to this day he thinks it's one of the great shots he's ever hit.
Yeah, I get the odds. Golf ball is 1.68 inches in diameter. Fairway's 30 yards wide. Ball should fit easily, right? But when you look at it off the back of this tee with bunkers left and right, it does not look like it's that easy, that's for sure.
Frank, what has stood out for you watching this player into these wins?
A lot of smart decisions, not trying to fight the wind, using it, and really just a lot of good strikes, one after the other.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play, very solid. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity to win the U.S. Open. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Just a little tap in here. Good effort and good par putt. Frankie's done it. One of the biggest prizes in the game.
U.S. Open has always been considered golf's toughest test. There's golf's toughest champion.